أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon every individual who's watching this program. So welcome back to our MTA Quiz time, in which we discuss various Islamic topics which are very beneficial. Those people who are watching, they know very well. So therefore, let us continue watching this series because it's very important, and also encourage our children to be watching this series. So today our discussion once again is going to be good neighborliness. Of course, this is not a topic for only children, but then most importantly, in fact, it is a topic for elderly people, because they are the people who are given this task to make sure they give every single of their neighbors their due right according to the law of Islam. We all know Islam has given a lot of emphasis regarding neighborhood. So therefore, this is why we choose this topic to discuss on this, and we see what the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us with regard to this. Because we all know the Holy Quran has made it very clear, ma farratna fil kitabi min shay'in. There is nothing that is an issue that is not being mentioned in the Holy Quran. Everything is settled absolutely, unless and until you did not read it. But when you read, you see a solution to every single problem. So therefore, it is important, without wasting much time, as always our tradition demand, we start with the recitation from the Holy Quran. Can we hear Sister Tyra, please, give us the recitation.
Assalamu alaikum
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم كافر ومنكم مؤمن والله بما تعملون بصير خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق وصوركم فأحسن صوركم وإليه المصير يعلم ما في السماوات ويعلم ما تسرون وما تعلنون والله عليم بذات الصدور. Translation. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth glorifies Allah. He is the kingdom and He is the praise, and He has power over all things. It is He who has created you, but some of you are disbelievers and some of you are believers, and Allah sees what you do. He created the heavens and the earth with truth, and He shaped you and made your shapes beautiful, and to Him is the ultimate return. He knows whatever is in the heavens and the earth, and He knows what you conceal and what you disclose. And Allah knows full well all that is in the breasts. Surah At-Taghabun, chapter 64, verse 1 to 5.
Jazakumullah, there's a heart-touching recitation, as we all had. Allah is the king and the priest. And also, she mentioned a very important verse here. وَالَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنٌ. Allah has created us, we human beings. But then some of them decide to be a disbeliever. Among you are those people who disbelieve. Among you are those who believe. May Allah make us among those who firmly believe in Him, as we have already discussed in our previous episode, the essence of loving Allah Almighty. Thank you very much for that recitation. Can we hear a narration from the saying of our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with regard to good neighborliness, from Sister Aisha, please. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
عن أبي الدرداء رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول ابغوني في دعافائكم فإنما ترزقون وتنصرون بدعافائكم. Translation. Abu Darda, God be pleased with him, relates that he heard the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, say, seek me in the midst of the weak and the poor. Verily, you are the sustained and the supported by their labor. Tirmidhi.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. As we are discussing two important topics, not only neighborhood but also that is the kindness towards the weak. So this hadith is related to that particular topic, that we have to be kind towards the weak and the poor people. So therefore, let's start with about good neighborliness regarding what our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said with this. This is a very, very important thing, and it is a huge responsibility upon every matured individual, that they should know that Islam has given right to everybody, and particularly the right of neighbor is being emphasized so much so that we have a hadith in which is narrated by Ibn Umar wa Aisha. All these two individuals has narrated this hadith. It says, radiyallahu anhuma, may Allah be pleased with them. They realize that the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ma zala Jibrilu yusini bil jari hatta zanantu annahu sayuwarrithuhu. That is found in Bukhari, Kitabul Adab, Babul Wisaya bil Jari, Wasaya bil Jari. It says, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Jibril kept exhorting me about the rights of neighbors until I was inclined to believe that he will give them even the right of inheritance. It's found in Bukhari. This is how Jibril, that is Angel Jibril, who is the one who brings message to the Holy Prophet ﷺ from Allah Almighty. Even the Holy Quran was revealed to the Holy Prophet ﷺ through Angel Jibril. He kept on exhorting and talking about the importance and the essence of maintaining good neighborhood. To our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the extent that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he began to think that it is possible after the demise of a person, his or her neighbor will have the right to inherit the person. We all know the law of inheritance is applicable only to family member. But then, due to the intensity of how Angel Jibril talk about neighborhood, the Holy Prophet ﷺ started thinking that it is possible that a neighbor can inherit his fellow neighbor. So that is how important it is. And also we had a hadith with regard to this issue about neighborhood. It's narrated by Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu, anna Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhiri fala yu'zi jarahu. Wa man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyukrim dayfahu. وَمَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. These are guidelines given to the given by Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu to we who claim to be believers. That's why it says, "Man kana yu'minu billah wal yawmil akhir." It says, Abu Huraira, may God be pleased with him, he relates that the Holy Prophet sallallahu said, "Whoever believes in Allah and the day of judgment should not put his neighbor to inconvenience." You should not put your neighbor into inconvenience in a situation which you know that it causes harm to your neighbor. Your neighbor should be free from any kind of trouble that comes from you. They should be at peace. They should be comfortable. with you. What we see today, many people, they have no relationship with even their neighbors. They don't even care. Their neighbors will suffer without even they are noticed. Some of them will become sick. You not even bother. You don't even know. You don't even realize that my neighbor is sick or he's going through this trouble. So we don't want to assist each other. This is not the teaching of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He has always taught us to be kind and generous toward all humanity, particularly our neighbors, whom you know that what will harm you will harm your neighbor, because we are staying together. So we should be friends, mutually friends for the sake of Allah Almighty, and assist each other, and then establish such a connection to the extent that if somebody suffers, then the other will easily detect it. That was how the Holy Prophet ﷺ lived with his companion and the entire Medina people. If he missed somebody for a while, few days, he inquire about you. If you are sick, he go and meet you. We learn from a hadith that the companions normally go and meet an old lady, like Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar once met an old lady who the Holy Prophet ﷺ frequently visit. Those people, they continue that because they say that the Holy Prophet ﷺ normally visit this old lady. So we also have to continue on that. So therefore, there should be that mutual understanding, that strong relationship between neighbors. Understand? So this is very, very important. And then you should not, according to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, you should not cause inconvenience to a neighbor. By doing so, your faith cannot be complete. This is what the Holy Prophet ﷺ, you cannot be a true believer if your neighbors are suffering from your trouble. And we can even see a hadith which talk about that. Another hadith related to that. Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ, another hadith says, Wallahi la yu'minu, Wallahi la yu'min, Wallahi la yu'min. Qila man ya Rasulullah. Qala alladhi la ya'manu jarahu bawa'iqahu. Bukhari, Kitabul Adab, Babul Ismu, man la yu'minu jarahu ya'manu jarahu bawa'iq. This under that topic. He said, Abu Huraira, God be pleased with him, realized that the Holy Prophet Muhammad, Khairul Alamin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, said, I testify in the name of God. He does not believe. Again, I testify in the name of God. He does not believe. I testify for the third time in the name of God. He does not believe. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked by the companion, who is that individual you are saying doesn't believe? Look at the beautiful response the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made. He said, it is he whose neighbor is not safe from his mischief. Meaning you are always causing trouble, inconvenience, problem to your neighbors. You can never and ever be a true believer. And you can see the Holy Prophet swear 3 times that you cannot be a true believer. This is the degree. It shows us the intensity, the degree of how we should fulfill or how we should give the right to our own neighbors. This is why the Holy Prophet is saying, Jibril talked to him about this until he started thinking that perhaps a neighbor will inherit his own neighbor after when the other one is not present. So this is very important. Every single Muslim should understand this. And we cannot, in our previous episode we said, we cannot love Allah if you don't love Muhammad sallam, if you don't follow him. And this is one way to follow Muhammad sallam, by following his practices. What he encouraged, we try to adopt it to our best capacity. This is what we mean to say follow Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. With regard to being kindness to the weak and the poor, the Holy Prophet talk about, he says, Abu Darda, God be pleased with him, realized that he had the Holy Prophet saying, seek me in the midst of the weak and poor. Verily you are sustained and supported by their labor. Seek me in the midst of the poor and the weak. So what do you understand with this? See, Allah is saying, if you want to get me, go and find me in the midst of the poor and the weak. But people now, it is strange. They don't even consider the weak and the poor as human. Much more to go and find Allah in the midst of those people. So you see, sometimes what we think is best is not the best. So Allah Almighty is saying that try to be helping the weak and the poor, then you will get me. As the hadith says, I was thirsty, you did not give me water. I was hungry, you did not give me food. It's the same thing. So when you start helping the poor and the weak, assisting them and considering them as human beings, then you will definitely get the pleasure of Allah. So may Allah help all of us. This is what time allowed us. Inshallah, in our next episode, we will talk about another very important topic on this same line. So thank you for participating. Jazakumullah. Viewers, this is what time allowed us. We have come to the end of another episode. We were discussing about the right for neighborliness and also the kindness towards the weak and the poor, in line of the practice of our beloved Master Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what we mean by following Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We cannot just claim to love Muhammad. We cannot just claim to follow Muhammad sallam when we turn our back from his action. Therefore, we should try and adopt his practices and then encourage each other so that we can able to get his love. By getting his love, of course, we get the love of Allah Almighty. May Allah enable all of us to do so. Thank you very much. This is what time allowed us until we come on your way. Here in MTA Gambia Studio, I am your host, Said Samba. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.